Okay, so here are my 3 must-know tips because we're trying to figure out like easy ways to balance work and life. So I'm not giving you a list of 100. That's insane. Just 3. So we know that working and homeschooling can feel overwhelming at times, and you need to find what works for you. But here are my top 3 tips that will work for any mom with any schedule. Your day-to-day balance of work life will look different from mine, but we will all have these elements in our quest to balance work and life. Number 1, set priorities and boundaries. We live and work in the same place, so we have to know what our priorities are and set personal boundaries. These are non negotiable to balance work and life. Your priorities are things that are most important to get done, and these change from day to day, but there will also be overlap. For example, homeschool will be a priority for most days, unless it is a day we decide to take off. Then something else will be a priority for that day. And here's the reality of it all. Ready? You can't do everything. You may have a really long to do list, and most of the time I do too. Depending on how much time things take, you will probably only be able to get a few things done per day. So identify those things that are most important to you and laser focus on them. Setting personal boundaries with your work from home mom job will also help to create balance in the force. Something as simple as setting a time when you clock out and sticking to it will be a game changer to balance work and life. So at the end of the day, I turn my computer off and it doesn't come back on until the next morning. This is my closed sign. I also avoid turning it on during my days off. So during my days off, I will use my phone or my iPad if I need to surf the web. So I keep my personal email separate from my work email on my mobile devices. So I have to make a conscious decision to check work email. And I usually don't unless I know there's something flying off because that does happen. As long as it's occasional, it's okay. So knowing what your priorities are for the day and setting personal boundaries are the main tools you need to balance work and life. And then number 2 is master time management. So juggling and walking a tightrope requires precision timing and mastering it is necessary. However, there are so many systems out there, it can be hard to know what will actually work for you. Should you try time blocking or a time budget or a schedule or a routine? It's easy to get caught up in all the things you should do that you miss what really works for you. So for me, I'm all about creating routines because they just work for us. When you have a large family, the ease of everyone knowing what to do keeps things running smoothly. It isn't perfect, but nothing is ever perfect. But routines do help to free up brain space so I can ruminate on things that really matter instead of wondering if they brush their teeth. So while routines are our perfect solution, something else might work better for you and your family. So consider your personality and your kids. How do you prefer to get it all done? It is okay to even, try a hybrid solution. The important thing is that it works for you. Homeschooling and working from home gives you the freedom to work in school on your terms. Mastering time management is an essential tool to balance work and life, but it is a tool that has to work for you. So don't try to fit into someone else's box. Find your out of the box solution. Number 3, be flexible. Yeah. However you find your work-life balance, it is necessary to be flexible. We are moms. It doesn't matter how well we planned our days, there's always room for things to go off the rails. And yes, you need to get stuff done, but being flexible will help to take the stress off your shoulders. I know. I am the worst person to give this advice because I hate it when my carefully laid plans get hijacked by life. How dare life throw a curveball? But you know what? It happens. So if you're like me, then let's help each other to be a little bit more flexible. We have kids, and that means the unexpected can and will happen. But it doesn't always happen. But we just have to understand that it could happen. So being flexible is going to help avoid frustration. It will help you to handle disruptions when they come and maybe not get quite as stressed out. We can only hope. So, this is one of the main reasons I like to create routines throughout the day. They help to build in flexibility in the day and eliminates the stress of the plans going off the rails. Trying to balance work and life doesn't mean striving for perfection. It is finding that harmony between all the mom things you do as you juggle while walking on a tightrope. So, work life balance is not an end goal. It isn't something that will be reached one day and then you never think about it again. It is a daily task. Some days will be better than others, but find your balance in the moment. And if you need help getting started, then check out my schedule versus routine course because it's the only thing that has ever worked for me.